CFA Level 1 May 2026. You guys have just about 2 months left for your exam, and I'm pretty sure at this point questions like what should have been done by now? What should I do right now? Am I on the right path? Is my strategy correct? Do I need to defer my exam? How many mocks should I do? When should I do the mocks? Etc. are going on in your mind. If yes, then you're absolutely in the right place because I'm sharing with you a last 2 month study strategy that I followed and many of my clients followed, and it helped me and them pass their exam. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanishka and I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a last 2 month study strategy for the CFA Level 1 May 2026 exam. So let's get started. But before that, if you're new to this channel, then please take 1 second to hit the subscribe button. If you've ever liked my work even a teeny tiny bit, then please join the community by subscribing to the channel. And while you're at it, do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time I post a new video. And for the very kind people who have already subscribed to the channel, thank you so much for joining me in my journey. I hope we stay together till the end of time. Okay, so first of all, non-negotiable point, complete ethics if you have not yet done it. Ethics has the highest weightage. It seems easy to study but requires a lot of practice because execution can get tough. It basically is a subject that cannot be ignored. How to study ethics? In my opinion, just one reading from either the CFA Institute notes or the Schwezer notes is enough. Usually people are able to comprehend it from that. Even people who go to classes many times do not attend the ethics lectures and simply do a reading, and that works well because after that it is the practice that supports ethics. In fact, for ethics I always say it's just 10% reading, 90% practice. So that's my opinion. And yes, I am very rigid on the reading between the Schwezer or CFA Institute notes. No matter which class you go to, I think one reading from either one of these resources is important. Okay, so that's how you have to study ethics. If you've not yet done it, quickly complete that reading, and the moment that reading is done, or if it's already done, then you have to start solving minimum 10 questions of ethics every single day. Do not sit to solve all the questions in one go. It's a waste of time because eventually your mind will get tired. Somewhere you lose comprehension. You won't be able to even remember it maybe till the exam point of view. On the contrary, if you do 10 questions daily, it keeps you consistent. It keeps the syllabus consistent in your mind, so the chances of you forgetting is less. Also, the fact that you're seeing it every day, again, retention helps. Plus, because the quantity is lesser, it goes in your mind better. You're able to catch the loopholes better and use or understand those loopholes from exam point of view. So 10, maximum 15 questions every day instead of just doing all the 100 200 questions in one go. That is very important, non-negotiable. Other than that, your first reading, that means a detailed reading of every single subject, just one detailed reading. Okay, when I say one detailed reading, you've attended the lecture if you go for classes. If you don't go for classes, that's a complete done step. You've read the syllabus at least once, you've made your own notes, you've solved questions, the blue box questions, end of chapter questions, you've done a few institute questions. If all of this is done, that's when you can say that one reading is done, and all these steps for every single chapter. Okay, so the one complete detailed reading, best case scenario is to complete it by 1st April or before. Okay place to be in, pretty safe place to be in is if you're able to complete it by 15th April. Danger zone, maximum iske beyond nahi jana, is 25th April. So I'm repeating the dates. Completed best case scenario by 1st April. Average base case scenario still gonna do okay 15th April. Slightly in the danger zone but can still do but cannot do after is 25th April. Okay, these are dates that you should keep in mind. Now, if by this period you feel like, or before this period, let's say from today onwards, whenever you see this video, you are left with a few subjects, say fixed income, alternative investments and quants, in that case, first of all, go by weightage. Understand what has the highest weightage. In this case, it's fixed income. So do fixed income first and then followed by the other subjects depending on their weightage. Even though you feel like fixed income is a longer subject, if I do fixed income, I might not be able to complete the other two. Thoda reh jayega. Still, because of the fact that it's a longer subject, do that first because it is also a heavier subject rather, I would say. Try to get that out of the way. Eventually, little time that will also take away the pressure first of all, so you might be able to squeeze in or get in an AI or derivatives in the lesser number of days. even if in those lesser number of days you might not be able to complete all the steps to the T, you might still be able to at least do a quick reading, brush up, and still understand it. So that is something I would do. Having said that, if as of now you are left with 4 or more subjects, out of which fixed income, quants, FSA, derivatives, any 2 of these are a part of it, then you are slightly in the unsafe zone. Unless it is only 2 subjects, then well and good. But if, like I said, 4 or more, and usme se any 2 of these are left, and your pace as a person is not very fast, you may want to consider deferral. It is not compulsory. You might be someone who can pick up very well, take that decision accordingly. But if you're an average student, if you feel like, I'm not somebody who can sit for 6-7 hours and comprehend that well, then please be practical. Consider deferring the exam only because it is wiser to pay $400 or whatever that small amount is rather than repaying the entire amount. So consider that, because fixed income, FSA, quantitative investments and derivatives, these subjects take time. अगर इनमें से सिर्फ एक ही सब्जेक्ट बाकी है, say FSA and then AI is left, much doable, pretty doable. Why do I say this? Because मैम 2 months में तो हो जाएगा. You need time for revision. You cannot go blindly for the CFA exam without revision. There are people who do it. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's not the recommended path, because without revision, chances that you will remember what you've done before is very bare minimum. In level 1, quantity is a problem, because of which retention is a problem. So remember that first thing that I told you, 1st April, 15th April, 25th April, utne din aapko revision ke liye chahiye. That's why your syllabus should be completed. That's why when I'm saying that, this FSA and ये subjects deferral, I'm assuming कि 25th April तक भी आपका नहीं खत्म हो पाएगा. That is what you need to understand. Alright? Now, coming to the final month, that is once you're done with the detailed reading, everything is sorted. Also, one more thing, sorry, before I get into that. In this period, that is till the time you're doing your first detailed reading, try to get as much conceptual clarity. Ask all the questions that you want to. If you feel like you're not understanding a concept in depth, use this period to understand it, because by the time the last 1 month will come, that's not the time when you get conceptual clarity. The panic hoga, fear hoga, all these emotions will take over, and वैसे भी conceptual clarity नहीं आएगी. So keep that in mind. Now, coming to the period when the first detailed reading is done, the final revision period. First of all, the revision method that you should follow, I always recommend, is cumulative revision. It is the best method that you can follow for your CFA revision, be it level 1, be it level 2, be it level 3. It is the only form of revision that helps you bind all the 10 subjects together, not only physically but also in your mind. It helps you comprehend how to deal with all these 10 subjects together on exam day. It helps you retain the subjects better. If you guys want to know what cumulative revision is, comment cumulative revision and I'll share that video with you. Apart from that, in the last 1 month after your cumulative revision or during your cumulative revision, depending on how much time you get, you should solve at least 2 mocks. One to karna hi chahiye in case time is very less. I'm giving you that cheat code as well. But a very average case scenario is 2 mocks from the CFA Institute. In the last 1 month, prioritize solving questions from the CFA Institute. If you have the premium pack, even better. But if not, at least the standard pack. Why? Many people say, oh, I go to this class, I go to that class, they have such great resources. Possibly they do. But जो exam बना रहे हैं, उनसे better resource nobody has. Nobody knows the kind of tonality better than them. So it's best to use their resource or fall back to their resource in the last 1 month. Even if you feel like, oh, these questions are easier than the class I go to, solve your class questions, but spend at least 50% of your time doing the institute questions as well. Okay? Yes, and the last and most important point in the last 1 month. If there is a concept that you're getting stuck, remember I told you कि first 1 month में try to get that conceptual clarity, but अगर नहीं आया है, you feel like, I'm doing it, मुझे नहीं समझ रहा, while I'm watching the video तब ठीक है, but otherwise I'm just not able to comprehend it, somewhere I forget it, properly मन में नहीं बैठा है. In that case, forget getting conceptual clarity of it, just be strategic about it. You'll be like, how can you be a CFA consultant and say this? Because I understand the point that end of the day, we all want to pass the exam as much as possible. I understand the point that it is not easy to invest that amount. And I also understand the point that we are humans and sometimes we just do not understand a certain concept. We may have understood 90% of the syllabus or 80% of the syllabus, but होगा वो 10-15%, 10-20% जो नहीं मन में बैठ रहा है. In that case, be strategic. उसको ऊपर ऊपर से मन में बैठा दो. In that, I basically mean, read the chapter, know something. Even if you are not able to know everything or go in depth of it, it's fine. Know something. Know a term that can relate to it. Try to memorize the definition. Try to memorize the concept if you can. See questions. See the kind of questions that are coming. Hope कि वैसा कोई question आ जाए. Try to be strategic. तब भी नहीं आया तो एग्जाम में मेथड ऑफ एलिमिनेशन या फाइनल केस गेस वर्क कर देना. But do not let that one concept play on your mind so much that you forget all the other concepts that you know well. In the last 1 month, while hard work is important, smart work is equally important. You have to be strategic, plan your on exam day strategy, understand what are your strengths, weaknesses, plan accordingly. All right. With that, I've come to the end of this video. If you have any more questions regarding this or want to know something more, then let me know in the comment section and I'll be happy to help. And if you like this particular video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Until then, keep sparkling and definitely keep learning.